All right, guys. So welcome to the Team Zoom. Thank you so much for being on. If you're on my team, we do these every single Sunday at 9 o'clock Eastern, and they're super awesome to plug into. It keeps the fire under you. They're just super informative. Usually, I have a guest on, like Tannis, who will be talking soon. Sometimes it's just me. Sometimes it's someone from on my team, just sharing aha moments or things they've been doing that have been working, but they're always informational and fun to plug into. So I appreciate you guys for plugging into your businesses and hopping on. So my name is Kim Kane, and I'm a triple diamond with It Works, and I have been in the business for 4 years. So I'm going to turn it over to Tannis and let her kind of start and just like share, your rank, how long you've been in, and, for my team that doesn't really know you, share a little bit of your story, and then we'll go from there.
Okay, awesome. Thanks, Kim. Hi, everybody. My name's TANNIS GOULET. I'm a presidential diamond. I've been in the business 3 years now, and this has completely changed our lives. So when I got started, I actually watched someone for over a year, and I just kept watching her on Facebook and, seeing how she was changing her life, and it just, I didn't understand. I mean, I was skeptical, but I was happy for her at the same time. I'm the type of person, I'm happy for people, but I was jealous in the fact that I wanted what she had. So in Canada, for those of you who are in the US or wherever you are, you get a year for mat leave. So I was pregnant at the time. I went on mat leave. And even before mat leave, we were not doing well financially. We were struggling as a family. So I went on mat leave, and you're not getting your full pay. I was a gym manager at the time. I bartended here and there, and we were just never getting ahead. Like, I was sick and tired of always more bills than pay, right? So my husband and I were fighting all the time, and I was just miserable. Like, I was a new mom. I was depressed. I was sad, I was angry, and I knew that I was worthy of more. So I kept watching this girl on Facebook, okay? So I just kept thinking, okay, what are these products? I have a background like in personal training and nutrition, and I just was like, what is this rap thing? Like, I just didn't understand what this was, right? So what was that? Sorry.
I got it. Yep, I got it. Go ahead.
So my mat leave was coming to an end, and I told my husband, I said, I'm not going back to work. And at this time, we had like 50,000 plus in debt. We're on the verge of losing our house. And, if you have cars or bills, we all have bills, right? So, and especially if you're a mom or you have extra expenses, and it was just not good. So here I was, a new mom with, a beautiful little 1-year-old, and I was worried about our future. I've always been the type that I've worked hard in whatever I've done in my jobs, but I just wanted more in life. Like I said, I was sick and tired of being sick and tired. I was sick of paying interest on credit cards and working my butt off at work. So it was time for me to go back to work. And I told my husband, I was like, no, I'm not going back to work. And he's like, well, what are you going to do? And I'm like, I'm going to join It Works. He's like, what? He just was like, what are you talking about? And I actually didn't end up joining the girl who I saw who was so successful because she was in the States. I didn't really know her. She was more of an acquaintance. And I didn't join her because I just thought, I'll join someone local. I knew a girl who had joined local. And I just joined her because I was like, hey, why not, right? So I literally signed up. I was so excited. I put on my credit card, had no idea what I was doing. And nothing against the girl who signed me up, but she never worked the business, okay? So she basically showed me how to sign up and never spoke to me again. And again, nothing against her. She just never worked the business, right? So here I was. I went to my first event, and I was like, oh, my God, why didn't I join that other girl? Because I just was, I was like, oh, crap. Like, this isn't good. Like, why isn't this girl showing me anything? Like, why don't I know what I'm doing? So I reached up to my uplines. There was a double diamond and a presidential who are now like dear friends of mine. And I was like, okay, like, I need your help. Like, I want to do anything and everything. The first day I joined, I started posting on Facebook. I had no idea what I was doing. I had no idea about charting. All I knew is that I needed to make money. My husband's like, okay, Tannis, you need to make money. So in like a month after that, the conference was coming up. And I really could not afford to go to conference. Okay. So this is exactly 3 years ago, like January. And, I told my husband, I said, I have to go to conference. And he's like, no, we like cannot afford for you to go. And I said, no, I have to go. I need to be there. Like, I need this. And I'm the type of person, I'm a visual learner. I just wanted to know how to become successful, because like most of us, none of us a lot of people have never done anything like this before. Right. So I was like, I need to get there. So I went, I put it on a credit card, and I roomed with a bunch of people I found on Facebook that, I didn't know. And I roomed with them, and it was great. And I sat at the back. At this time, I only had like a couple customers. And I sat at the back, and I was like, oh my gosh, I saw what I had my hands on here. Because at that point, I never knew really a lot about the business. I knew like about the wraps and the greens and hair and nails, but I didn't really know much about the business, because my first goal was like, I'm getting those 4 customers. And it took me 30 days to get my 4 customers. I did a launch party right away. And I was consistent every single day. And we'll touch on that after about how important consistency is, okay? But I came back from conference. They announced that the bonuses, and I sat at the back and I just bawled my eyes out. I was like, oh my gosh, I am getting that diamond. And at that point, you guys, I had no idea what a diamond chart even looked like. I didn't know what executive was, Ruby. All I knew is that I was getting that diamond. I was getting that bonus, and I had to get it in a certain amount of time, and I was going to make it happen. So I came back, and I just ran for it, okay? Also at that time, when I got back, I also suffered a head injury. That was fun. But you know what? I didn't let it bother me, because honestly, you guys, I wanted to prove so many people wrong, and my family really needed the income, okay? So I knew if I didn't make this happen, I was going to have to get a job. And I'm the type of person, hey, if I need to go get a job, I'll go work at 7-Eleven, anywhere. Like I'll go get a job. Like, I don't care. Like, if it's for my family, I have a lot of respect for people who have extra jobs and extra income, because you do what it takes for your family, okay? So I came back, I just ran with it, and then I went diamond. 2 months after that, I got my $10,000 bonus, and then I just kept running. And at that point, you guys, honestly, I had printed out my diamond chart right away. I think that's the biggest problem that a lot of people don't do. They don't have their charts out in front of them. They don't have their roadmap. They don't really know what they're doing. And then it's hard to promote. Like, how do you get to promotion if you don't know what you need, right? Mm-hmm. So I had that diamond chart out, and I was just helping everybody. All I knew is I had to help everybody else to get where I needed to go and to help them promote too. So then after that, I think it took me my hardest promotion was double diamond. Okay. So, and I know Kim and I were talking about this earlier. I was so close to double diamond, and I had a few days left in the month, and there was a $30,000 bonus up, and I was just way far away. I was like, oh, there's no way. But I made it happen. I needed like 2,500 volume in like 3 days. Like it sucked, right? But I also knew I did not sleep, I think, for like 3 days. I got my double diamond. A few months after that, I went triple, and then I went presidential, I think like 6 months later. Yeah. And then I've been close to ambassador, but I want to do it the strong and the right way. But, the biggest thing I've learned in this business is that we all have stuff going on. We can all have excuses of why we can't do things. But at the end of the day, you have to decide why you joined. My why is so strong. My family, just the freedom of time. Like, I retired my husband a year ago. We paid off all our debt. We're completely debt free, and it's completely changed our life. So working really hard for a couple of years will set your family up for the future, like forever. But you just have to be willing to really do it, right? I mean, you can't wait till the end of the month every single month. There are some people who do that. They wait till the very last week of the month, and they try and like push everything in at the end of the month, right? But, I always say, if you treat this seriously, you're going to be paid like a CEO, right? If you treat it like a hobby and you don't really care, you can't expect big things from it. Like, I have a lot of respect for people who are doing parties, one-on-one, social media, people who want to learn, people who message me every day and they want my help. Like, I have a lot of respect for people like that. I try and get to every single event. I couldn't get to a lot this past year, but I always got to things that I could, always conference. You know, green carpet I couldn't get to because my dad was sick. And you know what? You have to show up to go up, right? We always say that, Cam, right? So at the end of the day, you decide what you want with this business. If you want to be a network marketing professional, you have to treat this very seriously. You can't just put a couple posts on Facebook and then complain why you're not making $10,000 a month and you're not doing anything, right? So that's a little bit a start for me. Cam, I know you're going to share your story. We're going to go back and forth, but yeah, that's a little bit what I wanted to start with.
That's perfect. And it's funny that you say, oh, we have someone with a question. Cool. So, who just said something awesome. So,
yes.
I actually remember double was my hardest promotion for sure. Like, it's funny that you say that because so a little bit about me, that's where I'll kind of start, is I joined It Works 4 years ago, you guys, as a very, 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 very broke, brand new mom. And I was invited to this hotel. My friend was like, hey, I'm visiting from Florida. You should come to this hotel. We'll have dinner there. I was like, okay, as long as you're buying, because like I'm poor. But yes, I'll meet you there because I just had Eric. He was a month old. And my friend, he actually tricked me. And it was a huge wrap party. I was not dressed for it. It was an OTOM. But at the time, to me, it was just this big, huge wrap party that was crazy. And I said, why would you do that to me? Like, why would you bring me here knowing I want nothing to do with this? Like, at all. I want nothing to do with this. And people were dressed in black, green, and bling, and they were smiley and happy. And I'm like, this is so stupid. Like, why'd you bring me here? I was like, a little background on me. When I joined this business, I was negative. I was atheist. I was seriously the hottest mess you will ever meet. I used to have hair. It looked all crazy. I was wearing a Duck Dynasty hoodie. Like, my life was going all the way down. And I was so just irritated that he would have me come to this when I'm like, dude, I have other things I could be doing. So I was offended and just off put. And then this girl, I'm not kidding you guys, like, it was a God thing. Now that I know, that he is real, it was a God thing. And I know that now. And it's crazy because I always say, like, thank God he believed in me when I did not believe in him, because I wanted nothing to do with this. And all it took was someone going on stage and saying, so anyway, I didn't listen to anything prior to this. I was told, like, I have ADD and I was just tuning it out. I'm like, this is crazy. This girl said, I make $2,000 a month now, thanks to It Works. And I'm like, what? I'm sorry. What did she just say? Like, wait. So at that point, you guys, I was actually being evicted. We were in the process of being evicted from our home. And it was the worst, like, punch to the gut, because I grew up with a very poor family. I have 8 siblings. In fact, one of them just gave birth 3 hours ago. So I'm super excited. That's like niece number 15,000. And so I have 8 siblings. Like, we grew up very poor. My mom is a single mom, has always been. And I mean, we knew what it was like to visit homeless shelters for 2 weeks at a time and live in 2-bedroom trailers and just eat SpaghettiOs all week. Like, we knew what that life was all about. Wearing the same shoes even though they didn't fit. Like, that's how we grew up. And I was used to it. But I said that would never be me. That would never be my adult life. And my mom is who, she's made me who I am today. So not muted. Mute everybody. Hold the phone, just in case they didn't. So Tannis, you might have to unmute yourself. But I remember when, anyway, so I grew up that way, and I said, that'll never be me, though. And then, like, I love my mom. She made me who I am today, but we struggled, and I just didn't want that for my kids. And so I was getting evicted. As soon as Eric was born, we were being evicted, and I was like, what? I said I was never going to do this. Like, we were having lights turned off, our cable and internet shut off. We would come home, and I would just cry, you guys. So my pregnancy was horrible. I wanted to be pregnant so bad, and all of it went downhill, like, the whole pregnancy. So, because I lost my job, I was actually put on I had complications. So I was collecting short-term disability, and it was the worst. So when I say that we were broke, I mean, we were broke. Like, thank God for WIC broke. So Eric was, like, for real, Eric was 1 month old when I said yes to this business. And I said yes at that One Team, One Mission with no friends. I still to this day really don't have family that supports me. Those 8 siblings, they couldn't really care less. They love me. We love each other, but we don't talk about It Works, just like we don't talk about Satan. Like, it's weird. So, and I do, I'm loud and proud, but they don't want nothing to do with it. So I had no friends, no money, no time. I had a 60-hour-a-week factory job because I was working again. I had a month-old baby, and I had no extra time. So the fact that, like, I still to this day give myself like a reality check. I'm like, I cannot believe I said yes 4 years ago. I literally had no reason to say yes. I was negative. I was atheist, and they kept talking about God at that one team, and I'm like, this is all so strange. I had no time, no money, no friends, no prior experience in anything like this, but I said yes, all because that girl said she made $2,000 a month. So I joined that night with $200 to my name. It was my first disability paycheck I received finally, because we had a lot of issues with it. And I put it right into It Works, and I could not believe I did that. And I went home and I said to Joe, I'm like, so I just joined It Works. He's like, what's that? I'm like, I have no freaking clue, but like, that's what I did. And he's like, well, what? And I'm like, they sell skinny wraps. I don't know. I'm going to kill it though. And I had no friends. He's like, who are you even going to tell about it? And I'm like, I don't know. We'll figure it out. So so this is all God. I went diamond in my first 5 months, and I did exactly what that girl said. I was like, I'm making what that girl said on stage. Like, it was such a huge moment for me. And then I sat at diamond for 2 years, you guys, before I went double and triple back to back. So when they say that, my boyfriend just earned just earned the emerald bonus last month. So I'm a triple, he's an emerald, and this business has been a huge blessing. Now I get to stay home with both of my babies that are 2 and 4, and they don't know anything but a full-time mom. They don't know anything but having, their mom all the time. And I'm so blessed to be able to be that mom, and have that time freedom. So we're just here to kind of give you guys, me and Tannis, we were chatting, and I'm like, you are just so, like, she is so cool. And then seeing her in our triple group, I'm like, you are killing it, obviously. So, like, can we please, pair up and just pour into each other's teams? And so we're so excited to just give you guys some, like, month-end tips, because let's be real, like, so many of you are going for that. Yeah, I see hands. I like Anastasia. Is that how you say it? Anastasia? And, yeah, I was going to say, you can tell me, but.
Yeah, Anastasia.
Okay, I like her. I keep looking at her because she's like, she's super vocal. Okay, so I know
too much excitement.
I love it. That's the people on Zoom I like. I stare at you guys. So I love that, I have people on my team. I know she has people on her team going for that emerald, going for even, I have people going for ruby, and all of them are huge, like, victories. Like, I can't wait to happy dance with all of you. I can't wait to happy dance with my team for promoting. So I'm so excited to give you guys last minute tips. I'm going to let Tannis kind of give hers. And I just want to know, like, me, period, Tannis, I would love to know, because we're different people, like, what makes your business explode? And what advice would you give to people for that month end, like, hit the ground running?
Okay, so first off, you guys, if you really need and want something, you have to take massive action, right? So like I was talking about that double diamond promotion, you guys, like, I was telling Kim this earlier, and nothing against this girl. So there's a girl in one of the groups, and she was talking about how she needs 97 volume in 1 week. And I'm like, girl, 97 volume, like, oh my gosh. Like, and she was so down on herself. And, like, first of all, you need to believe that you can do it, okay? If you need distributors, if you need customers, volume, of course, you need to focus on that, okay? I know for me, I have been consistent since day one. I will never tell my team to do something that I'm not doing myself. I have done parties, I have done Zooms, I have done power, I have done social. The only time I missed out on social media in 3 days was literally a week ago, because I had a concussion, and I just wasn't supposed to be on the computer for 3 days. So actually I made a post, and then I wasn't on the computer for like 2 days, and I was like, oh my God, like, this is crazy. So you have to be super consistent. You have to think of every single person you know. That's the one thing. I will never judge anyone. I never prejudge someone, because there have been people who have joined my business who I never would have thought. And I'm the type of person, I do not judge people. Like, I honestly don't. I have a lot of respect for people who work their butt off. And again, not everybody joins this to go ambassador. I get that, right? But most of us joined because we needed this in some way or way. Like, whether, of course, we do it to help people. Of course, we do it to make an extra income. But whether you need maybe 1,000 or 2,000 or 3,000 volume, there's a week left, right? So post to posts really work. I will tell you that. If you're on social media, you have to make sure you're actually working social media. You can't post once and then post 4 days later. I have a lot of girls that say to me, oh, I can't get distributors. Oh, I can't do this. And I go and look at their social media. I'm like, okay, so how are you trying to get those distributors? And they're like, oh, well, I'll tell you one thing. Distributors don't just like land at your doorstep. Okay, they don't. I have never been a huge recruiter, but I always get my steps to success. I always, my customers always keep ordering. I have a very good, what's that saying? Rate where I keep my customers and.
Oh, loyal customer retention.
Yeah, I have really good retention. Okay. I'm very kind to people because if someone's coming to me about the business and the products, you guys, I sign them up every single time because they're coming to you for a reason. But you can't just expect to put up a post and just wait around and expect all these people to just join you. You have to connect with people. You have to find out what works for you. If it's social media, I'm very big on law of attraction. If you're posting negative crap on Facebook, you guys, you got to stop. You have to stop. If you're posting anything that's going to offend anyone, I hate stuff like that. I hate when people talk about certain types of people or ethnicities or like, you know, whatever they're like, whatever it is, like politics or whatever, you know, sex or whatever, like don't post things that are going to make people mad. Your social media is your platform for your business. So if you expect to be successful at this, you have to be the part. Okay. So what I recommend for you guys to do this week, everybody should be like, you can every single day this week, throw an online party every single day. Go wrap people every single day. Contact every single person you've ever talked to in your Facebook. Say, listen, I'm running for a huge promotion. I'm super excited to help you. I would love to like hook you up with some samples. You don't have to give free product. Like, I don't like doing stuff like that. I mean, you can do draws. I absolutely do like contests and stuff like with my loyal customers and like for referrals and everything. And I send out samples and thank you cards and everything to every single customer. And I have a lot of customers. But I think what a lot of people do is they sign up customers and then they don't talk to them again. Like, what? Like, why would you do that, right? I convert a lot of my loyal customers over to distributors because I take really good care of them. You know, this is your business. So look at your business right now. If you have people underneath you that don't work the business, don't worry about them, okay? It's okay. Like, you can't, one thing I love that Pam always says is, it's easier to give birth than to wake the dead, okay? And I have
oh my gosh, I love that. I've never heard that
too.
Oh
and I have been struggling with this one group for like since last spring, trying to get them going because I really want it for them. And then about 2 weeks ago, I was like, you know what, Tannis, you just got to stop, right? And I have stopped because I can't you can't want it for people. You can't motivate people. You can't. You can inspire people and push them and help them. But I have many people who never show up on Zooms, never rap people, never post consistently, never show up, don't even know what an online party is. And then they're mad at me because their business isn't working, right? So if you really need this, you have to put in that work and the action. And it's fun, you guys, when you start, and it's not easy. Like, I will tell you, it's not easy. Like, I didn't just get to presidential, right? Kim didn't just get to triple diamond. You know, and what the income that I make right now, it still blows my mind every single month. But you know what? I worked really, really hard to get where I am. So, you know, if you are joining and you are trying to get like 400 clubs, so you're trying to get 400 personal volume, or you have people on your downline who are close, like I have people who give up and then they have like 200 volume left. And I'm like, what are you doing? A lot of times people don't even have their charts out in front of them. They don't even realize. Like, I go through everything and I'm like, I'll tell people, I'm like, girl, you are so close to your promotion, and they don't even know, right? So you need to take the time to learn stuff like that, because if you don't know where you're going, and if you don't know that Sally or David or Jenny needs this amount, you're never going to promote. And you can't wait till the last day of the month to try and scatter it all around, right? So this week, honestly, if you need 10 distributors to promo, I had a really great girl, one of my girls come over today, and I know she can make this happen this month. She's almost diamond, okay? She needs a little bit, but I told her, I said, between you, your other girl, and myself, we can work together and make this happen. Because, I mean, I want her to promote, right? But there are some people who have been close to promotions forever. And, you know, don't keep doing the same thing that's not working. That's another thing I always say. Like, if something's not working, it's insanity. Like, what's the saying? Like, doing the same thing over and over again with no results is like insanity, right? You don't do that. So, you know, write out what you need today, okay? You guys, literally, we have 6 days left in the month, okay? And declines are going to run again, too. That's another thing. You pay attention to your declines. So many times people's credit cards expire and they don't even know. Mm-hmm. You have to I write everything down. I know where everything is and everything. But you need to keep track of people, because a lot of times people's credit cards decline or their orders don't go through and they have no idea. I'll message them. I'll be like, hey, girl, like, did you realize? She's like, oh, no, I wanted to order this. And they don't even realize. So what if they meant to order like 100 volume? That's 100 volume, you know? So what we do isn't hard, but you just have to put in the time and the effort and the work. So honestly, this week, I recommend for all of you guys, if you're really working towards promotions or someone on your team needs volume, or, you know, wrap someone every single day this week. Do a party I know it's Sunday night, but you can do it. Go through your Facebook. Like, who cares if you have 100 friends or 5,000? Go through and be like, and message people. I honestly tell people I want them on my team. Like I said, I'm very much about quality over quantity. But then again, like, I know, Kim, I know you recruit a lot of people. Mm-hmm. I know for me, the most I've ever, I think, recruited a month was like 15 distributors and maybe 5 customers. But that's the most ever. That's when I was going triple diamond. But for the most part, I always make sure, because I focus on getting distributors, I focus on getting customers, and then I have a big focus on helping my team and training my team. So, you know how Pam says you want to do a little bit of everything, right? Mm-hmm. But, you know, what works for me might not work for you, Kim, right? And what works for you might not work for me. And if you're working on social media, get on Instagram, do stories, host a post on Instagram. You know, you have to be willing to learn. Like, I'll ask people, like, after months, I'll be like, how's your Instagram doing? They're like, oh, I never really got going. And I'm like, well, I thought you were working on social media. And they're like, oh, I haven't gotten around to it. I'm like, okay, well, that person's not serious, right?
Yeah. Yep.
And nothing against it. I have a lot of great friends on my team. And I can't want it more than them. Mm-hmm. There's girls on my team who I really want to help, but I want them, you know, I won't do it for them, because I've done stuff like that. We've all been there where we've maybe helped people too much and they take it for granted. And for me, I've never been given a distributor. I've never been given a customer. I've never been given volume. And so I've learned how to work my business. And I will say, if you can learn how to do this business, you can go all the way to Ambassador, Black Diamond, if that's your goal. If your goal is to get to Ruby, that is great. Hey, Ruby's great. $500 extra a month. Hey, that's amazing. So honestly, this week, you guys, write down a list every single day. You should be writing out. Do you do a 6 list, Kim?
Yes.
Like, write down what you need, right? I think a lot of people scroll on Facebook and they scroll, oh, this person bought a new car. This person's doing this. Like, you have to actively be putting in the work. So be posting consistently. Do host a post. Help your team. If some people on your team aren't working, who cares? Focus on the other people who need this and want this. Get them doing the same thing. What we have is a very duplicatable process, but you have to be willing to lead from the front and show your team. You know, I have lots of girls who are so close to promotion, and you just have to be willing to understand what you need to do. So I honestly really recommend that you take massive action this week, because a lot can happen in 6 days. If I can get 2,500 volume in like 2.5 days, like, you guys, and I was like dead at the end of that month. But I went double diamond. My first double diamond check was $10,000.
What?
Yeah, I know. It was crazy. It was crazy. But from diamond to double diamond, you guys, there were so many times I almost threw in the towel. I was so frustrated. I wanted to quit. And you know what? I just kept pushing. And like my husband and my mom were like, oh, like, maybe you should just step back and, you know, pick up some bartending, you know, shifts and your business. They weren't telling me to quit, but they were like they were worried about me, okay? But I wanted this so bad. If someone tells me I can't do something, I'm going to do it. So I pushed so hard for that double diamond, and getting to double diamond completely changed our lives. So I had my diamond bonus, the double diamond bonus. So, and I had a big amount of volume. So my check was like $10,000 and like $126 or something. And I was like, holy crap. You know, it's crazy. It's crazy how this business can change your life if you're willing to put in the time. I have people who are busy. They can't get on the Zoom tonight because they're probably watching a TV show, right? But it's true, right? What we have, you guys, every single one of us can be millionaires and be set for life, but it's up to you what you want. You know, no one's going to do your business for you. No one's going to tell you to go to a party. Like, I do parties and stuff for my team, but I want them to do parties too. Yep. You know, so honestly, this week, you guys, if you need 500 volume or you need 1,500 volume or you need 5 distributors, you can make it happen. But focus on what you need and help your team. That's one big thing. Like, you focus on your team. Even if there's a girl underneath you who really needs volume, you get volume and you put it underneath that girl. It's going to help you promote. You know, there's many times I hate when people are like, oh, I can't place there. That girl's not working. I'm like, it's going to get you to a promotion. Who cares?
Yes.
Right?
I was just talking about that today. That's so funny that you say that. They're like, so what do we do?
Don't do it.
Yeah, this girl on my team, which is a normal question, but she's like, she quit. Like, what do I do? I'm like, you place under her. That's what you do. Like, do what you got to do. Yeah.
And you have to be so consistent, because if you are not taking your business seriously, no one else is taking you seriously. Okay. You have to really watch what you're posting on social media if that's how you're working your business. If you're working more belly to belly, vendor events, parties, you need to be doing them like every other day. Like, and I know a lot of people do that. I do a little bit of everything, but I'm mostly social media. I really like Instagram now, but I love getting people on the phone. That's one thing I really do love getting. And never prejudge, you guys, because there's people on my Facebook who have come to me. I just had a couple who joined, and I know they're going to be complete rock stars, and I never would have expected them to be interested in this business, ever. So those are my tips. Honestly, this week, get on your social media, do tons of host-to-post. And if your host-to-post isn't working, you need to change what you're saying, you know. I can actually share something I post on my team page. I can share it with you, Kim, and then you can share it with your team. But focus on like cleanse, keto products, hair, skin, nails, greens, like products that like everybody's really like. I mean, yeah, all our products are great. Don't get me wrong. Focus on your customers now. You know, maybe you have people who haven't ordered for a while. Message them and be like, girl, like, have you been interested in ordering anything? I'm running for a huge bonus. Like, I remember messaging every single person, literally. And I'm not annoying about it. Like, I'm very, very kind when I message people. Like, in this business, we are people, like, it's a people business. Like, you have to be very thoughtful and kind. I don't know. Do you follow Gary Vee?
No.
Okay, he's like my favorite. I went and saw Gary Vee, and I love Tony Robbins too. I saw them last year. And Gary, he swears a lot. So if you,
I like that.
Yeah, if you don't like the F word, you guys, honestly, he's so motivating. Like, and our business that we have, and you know, do you know that like 7 or 80 million people are going to start a home-based business in the next 5 years? So what we have is so, you know, all these businesses and all these big companies are like closing down. So what we have is so amazing, but you have to believe that you can do it. That's the biggest thing. If you don't believe that you can do it, if you're thinking, oh, I can't get executive this week, oh, I can't get 3 customers, well, you're not going to do it. But if you're like, okay, Tannis, like, let's do that, or Kim, like, I want to do this, you know, be my, like, have accountability partner. Like, if you know, have another girl or someone going Ruby or Emerald or whatever, like, you need to work with that person, you know, and really decide how bad you want it this week, because you can make it happen. Honestly, you might not go ambassador this week, but you can do anything, honestly, in 1 week, right? So, sorry, Kim, I tend to talk a lot. So
no, I was gonna say, like, you are legitimately firing me up, because Like for the first time ever, I just added a story because I do stories, y'all. I love stories, Instagram, Facebook stories. But I just added my first story to my actual team page because I'm like, wait a minute, what she's saying is gold. Hold on. But I wanted to just like make it a story. So it's actually funny because literally everything you said is like exactly me, from like the follow-up retention with your customers, like the way you do everything. I do everything. I'm a little bit of everything, but I love social media. So my tips to you guys would be get over yourself and know that you can make this happen. Literally, like you can make this happen. You just have to get out of your own head. And I always say, like, fear is the devil, and why are you giving him any time of your day? Like, I have no idea why people do that. Coco, Nicole, thank you, got you. But I can see her. But like, for real, the devil is a waste of your time, and I don't even know why you're listening to him. So I hate when people, you know, are negative, or I don't think I can do that. Like that girl that you said needed 97 BB for emerald, go and get it. That's like a little more than 3 hair, skin, and nail. Yeah, I'm like, that blows my mind. So my advice to you is, you know, I went diamond in 5 months. So what I did was like, I hustled, you guys. And that's kind of how I'm going to, I guess, well, even now, like just hustle, You can do, when I hear 6 days, I hear 6,000 BB. Like you can get 1,000 BB amongst your team every single day if you wanted to, every single day if you want, you know, and if you push hard enough. But literally, like what fires me up is just, I remember when I was broke, you guys, like broke, didn't know what food was going to go on the table that night. And I had just joined It Works, and I'm like, I hate this life that I'm living right now. And I would literally go and blitz because I was like, I have the power to change everything. And I just know I have to go blitz that one person. And people thought I was joking. No, literally, the worse of a day I was having, the more I wanted to go blitz, like literally hand out coupons at the mall, because I knew that I would meet somebody and it would get me in high spirits because I was talking about something that I was passionate about. And this opportunity gave me everything I needed. It gave me hope. It gave me God. It gave me friends. It gave me money. It gave me my confidence back. Like, I don't ever think I really had it, but it gave me confidence. It gave me leadership. It gave me just a sense of like, I can do anything I put my mind to. So you have to try though. Like you have to try, and you have to speak life over your business and over your life and over yourself daily. Like if you're not speaking life, then you're speaking death, and death does nothing. So I love to wake up, you guys. Like if this will help you end the month strong, my favorite thing to do is wake up in the morning. I write down 3 things that I'm grateful for. When my feet hit the floor, I say, thank you, God, with 3 steps. Like you should just be thankful. And that's what I do every single morning. And I just sit in silence, kind of. I have 2 toddlers, but I try to sit in silence for even 10 minutes and just pray and reflect and ask. Maybe you're not religious, then ask the universe. Just speak what you want into the universe just for 10 minutes right in the morning, because I promise you, when you do, you start to see things happen that you literally never even imagined. And so it's just crazy when you give this business an hour or 2 of your day, like what it can do for your life. So every single day, I'll kind of give you guys some meat and potatoes, but every single day I message at least 20 people asking for them to host a post. That's new to me, you guys. I've signed 25 loyal customers this month, and I've never done that ever.
All ever. Host a post?
I think 20 of them were host a post, but
that's amazing.
Oh my gosh, my average is like 6 or 7. So I'm a steps to success. I'm someone who fills out my steps to success pretty much every month.
Before I forget, I'm sorry, I don't mean to interrupt you. But a lot of the top 5 people, you guys, are steps to success.
Yeah.
They're steps to success. Not everybody, like honestly, you guys, I will never tell my team, oh, you need to sign 50 people this month. Mm-mm. To me, that's not relatable. Like it's not. To me, I like to focus steps to success, helping my team and growing myself and working my business. Like, you know what I mean? Okay, sorry.
No, I'm writing down. You just reminded me of something, so I'm writing it down. But no, that's true. Like, and honestly, you guys, if I can be real, I didn't mean to sign up 25 customers. Trust me, I'm offering the business. Like, what'd you say?
Good for you. I've never done. That's amazing.
Thanks. Like, I haven't either. So thank you. But It's working, you guys. And I'll tell you guys in just a second in the chat, but I literally didn't mean to. Like, I'm offering the business. I'm offering, like, I'm upselling. So that's a huge pointer that I will give you is they might be interested in hair, skin, and nails, but like ask them what else they have in for health, health and wellness schools. Yeah. They'll tell you. And then I'm offering the wraps, I'm offering the greens, and I'm upselling. And then I always tell them, like, listen, I also have one more work from home position open if you want it. So I didn't mean to sign 25 customers, you guys. I need more distributors. So actually my sole focus this last week is signing up 3 more distributors because I've signed 1 this month, and that's not, usually I sign way more. So I'm like, okay, I got to switch gears a little bit. I've been so in love with this host to post, but I'm excited. Like that volume was huge. And it's just,
that's amazing.
I was averaging, like, you guys, I'm just trying to like tell you how important host to post is. Like I've been using it for the last 5 days. I've averaged like 4 customers a day just because of that. And I'm like, I am not Morgan McIntyre. What is even happening? Go ahead, Anastasia.
I'll say I have a host to post for distributors. I actually could.
Yeah.
My boys are still up, but
go ahead. No, we can hear you.
I could host a post for distributors, and I mean, 2 or 3 of them are kind of wishy-washy, but I mean, I'm getting through a full conversation, explaining the business, knowing how much extra they want to make a month, and then like even if they fall off the map for a week, I did it to my upline for a good 4 months. So
did I.
It totally is understandable.
That's awesome.
Like, just getting that information to them, I'm like, oh my god, this is working. So I can definitely I'll copy and paste it in here.
I was going to say, post that in the chat for me because I actually thought, I'm like, I need to do a host to post for the business. So put that in the chat. And exactly. And my goal, you guys, is to get people on the phone and say, listen, what do you want this for? Why do you want it? Like, what extra income would help you the most? And then I go over 3 steps to success. That's it. Don't make it any more complicated than that. So
short and sweet. Yeah.
Short and sweet. Short and sweet, or else you're just confusing people.
They're going to run. They run if you tell them too much. Yep. You want to know what I did my first day that I joined? I started emailing and messaging people like a paragraph of my business.
Yes.
Oh my! I had no idea what I was doing.
Me too. I used to say, have you heard of that crazy rap thing? Like, not hello or anything, just hey, like that was it. And I used to word vomit, and then I realized how important it was to get on the phone and like meet up with people in person and really have your excitement come out in your voice. So that's something, you guys, I message 20 people a day to host a post. I message 20 people a day to join my business. I've been slacking on that because this host a post has got me like going crazy. So back to reality, I message 20 people every day and just ask them if they're interested in the business. And I always start a conversation. I always get into their inbox and be kind. And then I ask, like, listen, you're so positive. You're so outgoing. Have you ever thought of making an extra income from home? And that gets a conversation rolling. Or my favorite question, like, what do you do? And they're like, oh, I do this and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, do you love it? Usually the answer is not really, but I mean, it pays. And then you're like, well, oh my gosh, I have an opportunity I think you'd love. So I message people daily, and I write down their names if they say they're interested. And then I follow up if they haven't, sealed the deal yet. But I message people daily. And then my goal is to use Facebook and Instagram to get back into people's living rooms. So I love social media, but it leads me to that belly to belly connection. Yeah. And then what really has grown my business, you guys, is I think so many people miss this one huge important key part. And this is like grown my business a ton. So people are so stuck behind their phones that when they go out and about, they forget that there's people literally right there that they can like make eye contact with and talk to. And so my favorite thing has always been blitzing. If you're not a blitzer, become one because it will change your business. And it's awesome. It's easy. It's simple. Half the time I don't even have a blitz card. I just add them to Facebook and say, you've been so sweet. I think you're awesome. Thank you for your help, or thank you for your service. Can I add you on Facebook so we can connect? And that's it. And then I offer the business because I go back and say, like, you were such a great waitress. I would love to tell you more about what I do because I think you'd kill it. And then it opens up a conversation. But make sure you're blitzing when you're out and about. Make sure you're offering this opportunity to people because, like Kimberly, I forget her last name, but Kimberly on stage at conference said, she's like, y'all are asking for people. Y'all are asking God for people to change your business. But when he gives them to you, you're literally just letting them slide on by. Like, oh, God's up there like that. Okay, that was the person you were supposed to talk to. That was the person that you were praying for. And you're not even taking advantage of it. And I'm like, how true is that? So like, make sure that you're offering this opportunity and product to people everywhere that you go. Even if it makes you nervous, want to puke, like you will get over that. and you won't die. I've never heard of a death by blitzing. And so you'll be okay. And then every day, this is the last thing I'm going to say to you guys, because even if moving forward, this helps your business a lot, then I'm happy. So I have a planner, and I'm not that type of person who makes things complicated. I don't have multiple notebooks. And if you do, dude, kudos, if that's how you run it, cool. But I'm someone that has ADD, 2 toddlers, and just a busy life. So everything is right here in my planner. And so when someone says they're interested, but not right now, they go in my follow-up section in my planner. When someone says, get a hold of me Friday, I open up my planner and I write their name down for Friday. Be intentional when you're talking to people. And then something that I really like to implement is I use my 6 list every single day. So if you're not writing down, I am so scatterbrained and I love that this planner comes with it in place. You literally have little sections for the 6 list. And for instance, it'll look kind of message people about post to host, message 20 people to join my team, personal development, add friends to Facebook and Instagram, go live, chart my team, which means get a hold of my team. Those are 6 things. And the way that I kind of break it down, and my whole business really, is I implement what's called a 3rd rule. I'm going to read the chat in just a second, but I implement what's called the 3rd rule. And so 1/3 of my business is spent on my team. 1/3 of my business is spent on recruiting, and 1/3 of my business is spent on personal growth. And the reason why is because if you're just focusing on personal development, okay, you're not actually going to build your business, which personal growth is great, but you're not going to build your business. If you're just focusing on your team, you're micromanaging. And if you're just recruiting, you're losing everybody because all you're doing is recruiting. So it's so important to me to make sure that I'm not forgetting to take care of my team, also do personal development, and remember to keep recruiting. Because whatever you're doing, your team's doing. I promise, 100%, hands down, your team is not doing anything that you're not doing yourself. And if you're not plugging in, they're not plugging in. If you're not recruiting people, neither are they. So I'm going to break it down for you a little more simple, and then we'll kind of read the chat. So when I say 1/3 of my time is spent on personal growth, that means that you need to pick at least 10 minutes a day of just reading a good book, watching a good live, or just personal journaling or reading the Bible, whatever your personal growth is, at least 10 minutes a day, okay? And then 1/3 of my time is spent on my team. So what does that mean? That means charting them, helping them chart, figuring out what their goals are, asking that one leg to get on Zoom and just figuring out what they need. Or it looks like going and doing a power hour, even if it's an hour away, just loving and pouring into your team, making sure they know you've got their back. And then 1/3 of my time is spent on recruiting. So what does that mean? Obviously, the host to post, the reaching out, the messaging, not just posting, physically blitzing, getting out there and doing parties, that is recruiting. So that's the 3rd rule. And I highly recommend y'all actually implement it because it's pretty awesome. So I'm just going to read, and then Tannis, if you want to.
Yeah, and you know what? I love that. And you just have to really decide what you want. This business is a decision. I always say that because, it's easy to just not work it. It's easy. I mean, you have no boss, right? You have you're not a 9 to 5, and it's easy to get distracted. I'm a very red, yellow. Kim, what color are you?
I'm all blue. All blue.
You're all blue. Yeah,
yep,
okay.
I'm all blue.
When I started this business, you guys, I needed this so bad. I was so broken. I was rock bottom. And I share my story every single day. Every single day. If you're not doing opportunity posts, or if you're not sharing your business, opportunity with people every single day, whether it's social media, word of mouth, guess what? You're not going to sign up distributors. You're not, okay? You need to put out what you want back. I say that all the time. I have 10 distributors I'm trying to sign this week. And they didn't just pop up, right? Mm-hmm. And very much, I keep in touch with people. I follow up with people. I think I get so frustrated with people who are oh, I'm not signing customers. I'm not signing up distributors. And this one girl underneath one of my other girls, my one girl messaged me what this girl had said. She's like, I'm working so hard, but, nothing's happening. And I'm like, she doesn't work hard. She doesn't. I will be honest, unless she's doing a million things behind the scenes, but she's not. And I will be dead honest with people, because to me, I don't want to tell people they're doing a great job and thinking that they're going to get there if they're not doing what's going to work to get them there. I would rather be tough on people and say, listen, you need to do this, because at the end of the day, I want my girls and my guys to be a success. I want them to get everything they want in life, whether it's financial freedom, whether they need to pay off all their bills, like, you know. So I'm very happy I joined with someone who never was never there for me, because I reached up to my other uplines and they were great inspiration for me. They told me the things I needed to do. They didn't do it for me, but I got to work and I made it happen. You know, no one's going to tell you to go do a party. No one's going to tell you to be consistent on social media. It drives me crazy when girls say they really need this and then they go MIA for a month and then they come back and they're like, okay, and they put up one post and they're like, oh, well, no one's saying anything. And I'm like, or no one's joining. And I'm like, because you were gone for a month, right? Like,
they can't take you seriously.
They don't take you seriously, right? So I think
you quit on yourself.
Exactly. So I'm very much, I really believe in tough love. I'm a very nice person. Don't get me wrong.
Me too.
Right? You know,
you just can't smoke up people's asses though. Like,
no, it's good, right? Because I'm very yellow. Like, I love helping people. I like to, you know, I really like to help my team. I will be there for them 24. I'm not going to do it for them, but if someone's close to promotion, they need my help. I mean, if they're too far away, like I can't do it for them, right? You know, because I want my girls to. If you do it for them, they never ever really experience. You know, the harder you work and put into it, when it happens, it's just so rewarding, right? I remember seeing my first presidential check, you guys, and I literally like fell on the ground. You know, my highest check, you guys, and I share this. Okay, so I went to Spain last June. I just want to share this quickly, not to brag at all.
I love stuff like this. Yeah.
I don't say anything to brag. I say things like this to inspire people, because never in my life did I ever think I'd be in this position the way we were, right? So I went away to Spain last June. International, they do like a retreat every June, like for international. I'm Canada, I'm part of international. Yeah. So I came back, you guys, and I found out my dad had cancer, okay? And I was just broken. Like, he had cancer like 15 years ago. I'm very close with my dad, right? Very close. And I've suffered with depression, anxiety, stress, and I will always share that because I think everybody's suffering with something. And I'm very open about that because we all have stuff going on in our lives, and life is hard, you know? I don't want people to think I'm this perfect person and I just got here and everything's easy for me, right? So I got back and my world completely changed. Like, I just came back from this beautiful resort and I came back, my parents come over, they're like, okay, we need to talk. And I was like, oh my God, what's going on? Last year, my mom had pneumonia and almost didn't make it, okay? That was last year, like 2016 to 2017. Literally, she was fine. And then I came back a month later, literally my dad had cancer. He had his tumor removed, okay? And then he went through chemo. In December, he went through like a surgery that was supposed to like change things for him. Instead, they gave him a timeline, okay? So they basically said, you have 2 years to live. So that happened in December, okay? So when I got back from Spain, in July, I was just a mess. And it was the $9.99. I was just like, oh, I told my team, you guys, I'm just like, I'm a very type, I try and stay strong, but I'm also very open, and I'll tell my team, like, listen, I'm struggling here. Like, you need to help. Like, you need to help me. Like I said, that month, you guys, I hardly worked. My paycheck was $62,000.
What the?
$62,000 in 1 month.
Gosh, as a presidential?
Yeah. And it was cabs.
Yeah, but still.
I have a big team. And I'm sharing that with you guys because I used to make $35,000 a year at a job, and I was $50,000 in debt. We were going to lose our house. We had cars. Like, we were paying interest on credit cards. Like, it was stupid. You know, I was going to the store, like, buying food, and I was always worried about my debit card. And we had a line of credit. Like, so I share this because it's like, this business, and I like broke down and cried because I was like, I said to my husband, I was like, my parents, I was like, how is this even possible? You know? And like, I I put in my time. I worked my butt off. And this business, like the freedom of time I've had, I've been able to be there for my dad. And my income and my checks are amazing. But it's the time. It's the freedom of time. Like, yeah, money's great. It helps you, you know, for everyone who needs it. It will change your life. But it's the freedom of time. I can spend time with my dad, right? Like, I'm taking my parents on a trip next week for 2 weeks and our whole family. Like, I'd never be able to afford anything like that. I'm taking my dad to one of his favorite places for 2 weeks. We're going to California, and we're just going to relax, have family time, because I don't know how much time I have left with my dad, and it sucks. It really sucks. But you know what? I have to live my life. I mean, I know so many people who are sick and it sucks, right? But at the end of the day, like, you have to live your life. You have to decide what you want. And, you know, it sucks when people lose people. And I know people on here have. And, oh, Cindy, don't cry. I love you, Cindy. Cindy's going diamond this month, by the way.
Nice.
I share stuff like this because I want people to know that
so awesome.
This is so life-changing. It's so life-changing. And you guys, and like, if you just really wake up and decide like that you need it and you get your ass to work, like, you know what I mean? Like, it'll change everything for you. But you can't just wait around and see what happens. Like, I remember that first year I went diamond, and yeah, diamond's great, but I needed to make more than that, right? So I hustled that whole year. And then boom, I went double. And remember that year I wanted to quit lots. So many times I wanted to quit. But people were quitting. I was thinking people were quitting because it was me, when really people join and quit all the time. Like, happens all the time, right? Some people do one post and they don't even open their starter kit. So I just kept going and going and going. And you know what? I attracted what I put out. So I didn't care that Sally or Jenny, I'm making up names, weren't working. I wasn't going to let those people steal my thunder. I was going to keep going. And if you want runners on your team, you have to be a runner.
Yep.
You can't expect people underneath you to work your business if you are not working your business. I have so many people saying, oh, my team's not working. Oh, they're not doing this. They're not doing that. I'm like, okay, you need to sign up distributors if you want your team to sign up distributors. You need to sign up customers. I'm not saying everybody signs up distributor. I mean, I have a top earner on my team, and she's not a huge recruiter, but she's really helpful with her team and always doing stuff all the time. And she's like a top earner in the company now, right? So you don't compare yourselves to anyone. Don't compare yourselves to Kim or me or anyone. It doesn't matter if it took us a few months to get somewhere or we're at the ranks that we're at. It doesn't matter. Maybe you've been in the business for a few years and you're just getting going. Or maybe you've been trying for a promotion for a long time and you haven't gotten there. But honestly, like, you have to make the decision that you're going to make it happen. And then it just happens. Like, I try and really push my team because I want them to realize, like, listen, if you can push yourself so hard for 6 days and make a life-changing promotion happen, like, Emerald is crazy right now. Like, it's an average of 1,100 plus like an extra like 600 a month, I think.
Yeah. 500.
Well, so like, like 650 Canadian. Okay.
Oh,
so, yeah. Sorry.
Yep.
Sorry. We like to confuse people.
Yep.
You guys, with fast starts, you can be making $2,000 in a month. Like, right? So I think so many people wait every month for their promotion. Oh, it didn't happen. I'll wait till next month. Oh, I'll wait till next month. Oh, I'll wait till, and I'm not saying, like, honestly, if it doesn't, like, if a promotion didn't happen a few months ago, you know, and if you're trying to, like, you know, if you're trying to, like I said, if you're trying to get to ambassador this week and you're not executive, okay, it might not happen, right? I'm not trying to be a Debbie Downer, but it might not happen.
But maybe, right?
But maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know how many distributors you need. I don't even know. All these charts, oh my God. But at the end of the day, decide what you want this week and make it happen. Because honestly, like, so many times I wanted to quit. You guys, this, like Kim said, like, the devil's gonna play mind games with you. There's times I cry, I'm happy, it's the part of being an entrepreneur in a business. Like, are you an entrepreneur business person, or are you just a girl who posts on Facebook hoping to make money? That's the difference. It's the difference. You know, like, I love Renessa Brown. Okay.
Yes.
I love her. Okay. I did the Show Me the Money call with her, like, I think almost a year ago. And the Duns too, and they were just so cool, and I was like, oh my God, I love these people. But I love following her because she's so real and raw and to the point, And like some people, sometimes I post stuff in my team page and people get offended. And I'm like, you know what? If you're going to get offended and think I'm talking about you, I'm not talking about you. I'm trying to help you, right? So not everyone's going to take that tough love to heart. And I want people to know that I only do it because I want them to see what they can achieve and what their I mean, if you want to retire your spouse, if you want to quit your job, or you just want a side gig, a lot of people love their jobs and just want side money, you know? But at the end of the day, we're all here for a reason. I think most of us joined for the income, maybe the products, maybe a little side money. I don't know why you joined, but I joined because I really needed the money. Like, I'm honest with people about that. Like, and so did you, Kim, right? And you have to want it so bad. Like, if you don't want it that bad, it's probably not going to happen. If you're not willing to rap people or be consistent every single day. I haven't missed, except a week ago, those 3 days. So that's full 3 years. Every single day I talk about the business. Every single day I talk about the products. Every single day I talk to people. And it's not hard. I do a little bit every single day. I don't spend a million hours. Like, I have a full-time family. Like, my husband's retired. Like, I have a little girl, you know. Like, I can be on my phone when I want to. But at the end of the day, I want you guys to just think about what you really want, where you see yourselves in 5 years. Or even a year from now. If you're at executive, you could be ambassador this time next year. You can, right? So that's a little bit about what I wanted to say. I know we're almost getting, oh yeah, we're at an hour.
Yeah, I was going to say.
You want to close with anything? I know that family calls on now too.
Yeah, I was going to say my team's like, the family calls on. I'm like, I know, we're almost done. So, no, that was perfect. I can't wait to like get this out to my team and just hear their ahas, because I've already posted about it in the group like 1,000 times for those that aren't on. And I'm so glad more people ended up hopping on. But
yeah, me too.
You guys, she's right. I mean, I was poor. Like, I'm so quick. I was poor, but I was hungry. Like, I swear, the hungrier you are, the more.
Hungry hustle, and heart will set you apart.
Yes. I mean, I was hungry. I needed it more than a lot of people needed it, so I made it happen. But if you guys have questions, I see there was some in the chat, but I think we kind of answered it. My favorite personal development book, I will end it with this, is I know this is weird, but my favorite personal development book is literally just Eric Worre's Network Marketing Professional. I don't know what's my favorite, but it is. But we're gonna have to. I would share my host quote in the. Let me send it to Tannis, because I know my whole.
Yeah, and I'll share all mine with you, and you can post it on your page, and I'll share. Yeah. Please. It's the verbiage, what you say to people too. Yeah. And a lot of times, you guys, people don't follow up with people. That's the biggest thing. You know, it takes, isn't it 8 to 12 exposures? Yeah. Some people are like, oh, I talked to that person twice. I'm like, okay, well,
doesn't matter.
I followed up, you guys. Like, I have some top girls on my team. I have a lot of amazing girls on my team and guys. I'm not saying like that they're not important because they're not top earners yet, but I'm saying 2 of my top girls on my team, one of them I followed up with for 7 months, the other one for a year. Okay. Yep. And if you're not following up with people, like, that's the biggest mistake in our industry, that people do not follow up. Okay. You tell people you want them on your team. Like, tell them, like, and people are coming to you for a reason. Like, people need what we have, you know, like, it's so, I don't know. Anyway, I really enjoyed that.
I always think of it like, as you said, you guys, we are business owners, right? Like, if we had a store and we had 3 chairs to fill, we'd be busting our ass and hiring people to get those chairs filled, because the store needs to be ran all day. So it's like, I get to kiss my kids goodbye and be here when they come home. I'm never going to go back to being the crazy person at work running for the bus. So it's like, no.
Like, Anastasia, if you had a boss and your boss said to you, okay, you need to message 20 people a day and do this, you would do it.
Right? Because I'm getting paid.
Because you have a boss and someone's telling you and you're getting paid. But the problem with what we have is, I can't force people to be consistent on social media, to rap people, to talk to their team, to get on Zooms. I have some people who never ever show up on a Zoom. They have no idea what they're doing, and then they get mad at me, and I'm like, okay, well, okay. Like,
can't make the horse drink the water.
Exactly, right? You can't. And you can't get on everything. I know people have stuff all the time. I get it. Like, I try and be on all people's Zooms or power hours or parties, like, but at the end of the day, you're nobody's boss. No one's going to tell Anastasia what to do. She's a smart woman. She knows what she wants. She's going to get it done. And, you know, Kim, like Kim said, she was so broke and poor. And I was like that. And you know what? You just make a decision. Not everybody's broke and poor. Like, and I get that. Not everybody has to be, you know, position, but you guys all join for a reason. Another thing I do every day is I write down what I'm like. I know that you write down, you said that, write down what you're thankful for, what your goals are. I could show you, I have right in front of me, I did a dream board. Every single thing I write down, I think a lot of times people just don't write down what their goals are. I have black diamond down 100K a month right above my computer.
I wake up to my dream board every morning.
Mine's on my mirror. My kids ask me why I wrote all over my mirror. I'm like,
that's awesome. And so maybe someone's trying to get 4 customers, or maybe executive or ruby or emerald or diamond or double, whatever it is. Like, you have to kind of always be 2 steps ahead, because if you're waiting for things to happen and you're not, I'm very big on manifesting, like putting out in the world what I want. Like I tell people what I want. I'm very, very loud on social media. Another thing, you guys, I will say this over and over again. Do not copy people's posts word for word. It's bad. Don't do that. Make your own posts. I see it all the time. I follow a lot of people. I have a lot of people. If your post exactly like Sally's or Jenny's, like, make your own post. Because a lot of times when you're copying and pasting, because of the algorithm, I don't know if you guys know how, like, I'm very big, I know how the algorithm works. If you're copying people's posts, like, people aren't seeing your posts, and you're copying people's posts and everybody sees it, and it, like, make your own post. Or if you like someone's post, change it up. I change people's posts up. Every now and then I'll grab someone's post that I really like and change it up. I absolutely do that. But when you share your own story and it's about you, and you're really putting out there, and you're being very, what's the word? Vulnerable, okay? This business is an emotional business. I share my story. You know, I tell people where I've been, where I'm going, what I've been through. You know what I mean? Like, people want to know people are sold by I'm not saying sold. Like, people are drawn to, like, emotion and what you talk about, and, like, be a good, real person. Be kind, be thoughtful, you know, connect with people, you know. Don't do this for the money. Do it to help people, and then the money will come. Like, very big. Like, I think some people just don't even realize that. And I had never done anything like this before. Kim, you'd never done anything like, I was a skeptic of this. But if you learn, yes, authentic. If you learn how to be successful in this business, the sky's the limit. You guys, there's no cap on our compensation plan. There's no cap. And like with anything, it's work and effort and talent and just being consistent. You have to be consistent in this business. Consistently consistent, I say.
Yes, that's like the biggest thing, is if you're consistent, you're golden.
If you're not consistent, like, honestly, and you're not posting about the opportunity, and you're putting crap on Facebook, like, you're not ready to be a business. I mean, all you guys are on here, so you guys don't do that. You guys are all perfect. But
I actually had a girl, like, straight up say to me, she's like, I've been watching you, but I didn't believe it until you believed it. So they're looking
exactly.
we're going to quit in 3 months and not fall into it. So
people want to see you fail. People want to see you fail. Some of my biggest haters have joined my team, or I deleted them on Facebook and I don't care about them, right? So, anyway, Kim, that was so fun tonight. Thank you.
It was. Sorry, I know my whole team's like, we're like plugger inners. So we're like all like, hey, the family call.
Okay. You go, and when you have it recording out, can you send it to me too?
Yes, I'll post it to my YouTube, you guys, and I appreciate all of you being on, and then I'll send you the link, and then Tannis, just send me your host to post script, and I'll like send you mine if they want it, but I bet yours is.
Everybody is promoting and getting what they need this week, right?
Yes. Yay. All of you.
Guys.
Thank you so much, Tannis. We appreciate you.
Thank you so much, Kim. That was fun.
It was. You were fired, dude. You were fired. Bye, guys. Thank you for being on.
Bye, guys.
Bye.